The majority of the Owhyee volcanics are located in the southwestern corner of Idaho, and sections span to the north and northeast of the Snake River Plain as well. This beautiful region has a varied landscape where the low-lying Snake River Plain meets the Owhyee Plateau. There is a large variety of rock types in the region, ranging from parts of the Idaho batholith dotting the northwestern corner to Pleistocene basalts covering a larger part of the southern Owhyee County. However, the primary rock types found in this area are rhyolite, which underlies the bulk of the Owhyee Plateau, and basalts that formed later. These rhyolite and basalt flows formed as a result of the Bruno-Jarbidge eruptive center around 16 million years ago. These rhyolite flows were very high in temperature and in volume, making them unique on a global scale. The volcanic activity that shaped this region was caused by the hotspot we now see in Yellowstone. The hotspot sat under the southwestern part of Idaho and introduced felsic and later more mafic magmas as the hotspot matured. As the North American plate migrated southwest, the hotspot created the Snake River Plain across southern Idaho to its current location in Wyoming, creating the Owhyee volcanic landscape we see today. The rhyolite found in this area formed during the Pliocene and Upper Miocene epoch, which is between 16 million and 2.5 million years ago. The majority of the basalt in the region formed around the same time on a geologic scale, but it covered up a large portion of the rhyolite. And using the principle of superposition, we can distinguish that the basalt formed after the rhyolite.
In terms of the geologic history of the Owhyee area, it is clear that this geologic province has been around for quite some time. For instance, the Owhyee Mountains, which are located in the southwestern region of Idaho, are made up of Cretaceous granitic rocks that had actually came from the Idaho batholith. Yet, some aspects aren't as old, since these mountains were also formed through thick granitic rock that came from Cenozoic volcanoes. Ceno, meaning recent, and zoic, meaning life, recent life. We actually just learned about that in lecture. If you were to take a closer look and examine the igneous rocks of Owhyee, you would be able to identify the changes in composition and source of the rock over time. For example, the rocks that were a product of the Cretaceous period mostly came from subduction-related magma sources, as well as basalt and rhyolite flows, while the Cenozoic rocks have accumulated from various other volcanoes, such as the Salmon Creek Volcanics and the Chehalis Volcanics. It is also important to note that the Owhyee area has become more mafic over time and less hydrous. This change can be credited towards a decline in both interaction between mantle-derived magmas and continental crust, and the effects of subduction-related components in these magmas. The structural features of the Owhyee volcanics is actually quite interesting. The Owhyee volcanics are located in a very vast volcanic field, and it's actually been said that there's been very limited mapping of this area, but what they can tell is that there's been a lot of volcanic sources which have created complexly interlocked rocks carrying many different compositions as eruptions have happened over time. One very common structural feature that is found all through the Owhyee County is faulting. The faults that have been found in Owhyee are typically oblique slip or high angle faults, mainly because of the tensional environment controlled by rifting and crustal extension that the Owhyee volcanics have. If you were to look for a comparison to the Owhyee volcanics to gain a deeper understanding, it has been said that the Malheur volcanic field is much like the Owhyee volcanics. Underneath all of the Owhyee volcanics are underlying voluminous rhyolite lava flows. These lava flows would run under the volcanics and actually were a product of the Snake River Plain hotspots. As time passed, those flows have since been exposed, bringing us the rock compositions that we see now today in the volcanics.
Concerning the Owhyee Volcanics' present-day topography, it has been said that this area is a vast and rugged landscape of about 6 million acres. The topography of the region includes rolling sagebrush, plateaus of volcanic rock, juniper-covered mountains, and sheer-walled canyons. Much of this boulder-like landscape stems from the multiple volcanic sources of days past, creating the massive plateaus and steep mountain ranges which we see today. Silver City is a small abandoned mining town located in Murphy, Idaho. Silver City is one of the last standing mining towns in Idaho. Between 1863 and 1865, Silver City had more than 250 mines in current operation, and hundreds were developed thereafter. Through the 70-odd years of mining, more than 12 ore processing mills gleaned rich rewards in tons of gold and silver. More recently, the De La Mar silver mine began operation in Silver City in the year 1977 and ran strong for nearly 23 years before it shut down in the year 2000. De La Mar is considered one of the largest open-pit gold and silver mines in the U.S. The Owhyee volcanics are truly rich with geologic history, and they will continue to be a magnificent landscape for adventurers and enthusiasts alike. For many years to come, they will stand as a witness to the events of the past and will continue to shape the earth on which they rest.